Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
You're good, Brian. You're live.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, welcome to the October 6th, 2020 Park and Recreation Board meeting. I'd like to hand it over to the chairman.
Okay. All right. Without further ado, we can get started. A roll call. We already know that two will not be joining us. So, where is my list?
Is Brian still on the board?
No, Brian's going to be resigning.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't get the letter yet?
Not yet. No, still waiting on it. So we're gonna have two openings we got to fill. So I'm gonna text him again tomorrow. I know he's been really busy with stuff, and I'd said send something over to me. So I'll work on that tomorrow, so we can start.
Okay. All right. Well, we will proceed as if he was not on the board anymore.
Correct.
Okay. Technically, we still have 6 if he has still not sent that.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, then approval of the meeting minutes. Everybody get a chance to look at them?
Jesse wasn't at the meeting.
No.
Colleen
All right.
and Ralph were, but
All right. I will move to approve the minutes so we can open it up.
okay.
Not much. It's pretty straightforward. Any comments from anybody? No. All right. So I guess Colleen seconded it.
So thank you for taking the notes too.
Oh, no problem. I hope I did okay.
You did great. Okay, so I guess it goes
All right.
to, park facility updates. We got quite a few. Kirby Park, good news is the playground is 95% done. The new swing set is in. We just have to put the belt swings on tomorrow. And that playground will be open for public use, even though the kids been on there already. Kind of hard to keep them off, but we're real happy with that. The new swing bay came out great. Everything looks good. John, we just finished wood carpet there today. In addition to several other parks, we're doing wood carpeting. So I anticipate that being open in a couple days. We had to do a final audit on it, a safety audit, but everything looks great. So real happy with that. Finally, as I said, several playgrounds got wood carpeted over at Vermilion Hills. Tot Lot was one of them. I believe Elderberry, a few of our other ones, which really needed it badly. And we ordered more wood carpet coming tomorrow, and we're going to hit some of the other playgrounds that we didn't get to yet. So that's an ongoing battle that we're always undertaking and trying to keep on top of it. That's
just regular maintenance.
It is. It's consuming now, time consuming, because it goes fast. As soon as you put it down, you almost have to do it again. So but it's extremely important, and guys are doing a great job with it. So we're just trying to stay ahead of the game a little bit. New playground for Mill Creek Manor. I'm sure you all heard it was approved. The board approved the purchase of that playground. I met with the gentleman last week, and the tentative date for that playground to be installed is Monday, November 9th.
Wow.
That's a quick turnaround. We're going to be getting that playground put in. The only thing we have to do from the township end on that at this point, we have to put an ADA walking path in there. That playground at Mill Creek Manor does not have one of those paths. And now that we're upgrading and, with safety and all new requirements, we have to put a walking path that leads up into the playground unit. Our guys will basically, in its simple terms, will put an asphalt path in there, ADA accessible from there. So that looks like a really cool unit. I don't know if anybody saw it, a picture of it, or saw the board meeting or whatever. We got a really great deal on it, probably 40% off. It's almost like a grant opportunity. we couldn't turn it down. And that unit there, what's real attractive about it is the warranty on the equipment. For example,
Yeah, you were saying.
Say a slide cracks 15 years,
Mhm.
you can get a replacement for nothing. And that'll be covered for another 15 years. So real excited about that. So that's coming up quickly, and we're going to get that problem that we had there taken care of. So the kids will have a nice new unit to play on. The Quaker Pen boat ramp, the docks are scheduled to come out on Saturday, November 7th. Technically, the season's April 15th, October 15th. We usually leave them in a little longer, and we're going to do that here. I met with the guy down at the docks last week and his company. Very busy, so we worked out a schedule. So our guys are going to be down there taking like little things like the cleats off, stuff like that, in preparation for that. It's been a pretty good summer down there. We did pretty well. Minimal issues. And we went online with the registrations for the first time for seasonals and dailies. Some snafus, but nothing we couldn't work out. So real happy how that turned out this year.
Grant, I do have a question on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're pushing it three weeks or more to take out the docks. Is there any provision for like an emergency one? Like say we get a tropical storm or a hurricane coming up that we know is going to be a flooding event.
Yeah, I mean, that would be something I could talk to Scott, the gentleman, the company that handles.
I don't know that it can be done because it's not like he's sitting around the other 15 days doing nothing.
Right. I mean, I would do my best with that. If something like you said, something like that's coming up, we keep an eye on that. He might get preemptive and say, hey, I want to get down there and get him out fairly quickly, which they can get him out pretty quickly. So right. I don't think that would be a major issue unless he's just backed up scheduling wise.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the only potential vulnerability we have with it.
You're correct. And there's been other years, we've had warm weather. We've let the docks have stayed until early December. I've seen that. Mm-hmm. But we had another company doing that work at the time. So, the company we're using now, Scott from Board Safe is doing it. And
okay.
So it looks good.
Thank you.
No problem. At Community Park, we just, since Public Works just finished, they're not finished yet, actually. We added some walking paths down there to add some safety features. And I think I was mentioning at past meetings, the area around the skate park, people tend to walk in the street. So we added a path between the boat ramp and the skate park. So people can kind of connect there, where the ramp picks up, where it goes around the lake and around if it goes around up to the bridge area. What happens there, people tend to walk in the street to, walk around the parking area. So the park security staff brought it to my attention. Hey, maybe we can add a little walking path in that area to improve, safety where people can actually walk off the roadway. And our guys, we started doing work last week. I still think they have to do another couple layers on it. It's not totally done yet, but it really looks good. I think it's going to help safety wise. And we also, on phase one, and Ralph, you probably know with the car show, basically as you drive up, where the three-way stop is, you're coming in from off Mill Creek, you make that left there, right where the grass swath is there, where we put cars and, we've done the egg hunt 1 year. We put like a strip, like a walking path there. We took a little bit out of the grass there. So, because a lot of our bigger events where people go to phase two, like Touch a Truck, they have to kind of walk. They park in that handicap lot. They got to walk on the roadway. We actually paved on the side there. They can actually walk on the side and then connect on that left-hand side of the bridge as you walk over. So
and then once they get to the rail, you have to go into the sidewalk area.
Right. So that was actually one of my staff was down there, and that was on the original plan, but he brought it up. And while we had the machine there, milling and everything, so we took advantage of it. So that got done too. So that's going to be that's a small thing. They're small things, but I think they're going to be important. I think people will really appreciate that, and that'll help keep people out of the street, hopefully, in the big events.
So is this paving machine something they don't always have?
Yeah, we usually have to rent the milling machine. But, when they do paving projects, we usually have it, and then Joey Arnay will usually schedule it. when he has the machine. So that's kind of how it worked out here when they're doing some other work. And they're always doing, around the township anyway. So this kind of fell right in.
Yeah, well, I asked that because, the Valley Day tot lot, path issue.
Yeah, we got to still look at that too.
We just never connect with it.
I know. Yeah, but now we have to, you and I have to go take a look at that. And that's something I could put on there. And, really, it's just if we can coordinate with those guys, getting that machine, if they have it, they can do a bunch of different areas at one time. So it's just when they have it is when you want to schedule it. So, but we need to do that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a great addition to the park. Trenton Road Park. We discovered a BMX track that was built within the park behind Lorenzo's Pizza. We're not sure if it's motorized bikes or BMX bikes. I don't think it's motorized bikes.
You probably would have gotten complaints by now from noise.
We have. That's what I'm not sure. We've had a lot of neighbors, that the house is back up to Trenton Road Park, a lot of quads and dirt bikes running around through the park there. So we're not sure if that's related. So we had to get the police involved over there, and they actually went over there and found this track. So unfortunately, that track's going to be removed at some point. It hasn't been removed yet because of the liability.
Yeah. Yes, it doesn't belong there. It's not safe.
Correct. They got to do the right thing.
Hasn't been sanctioned.
Yeah, exactly. Like the gentleman was here before we talked about it. There's some options there we can look into doing that. It's not something, I'm against. I know the board here is not against, adding something like that, but they got to do it the right way. So
you said it was behind the pizza place?
Behind the Lorenzo's. Yeah. That portion of the park back in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's like right behind there.
Right behind there. I didn't think that was township property.
I believe it is.
Because behind SPAC, you go behind SPACs and there's another property back there.
Yeah. We'll double check it to make sure. If it's not, then hey, it's not ours. Then it's not our liability. But from what I understand, it is. But we'll coordinate and find that out for sure before we remove it. But that
I can do that. I have the tax parcel map.
Okay, that's something we might have to look at. It could be right on. I was looking at it with Brian from the park. The park guard.
Yeah,
and he was kind of like, "You sure that's ours?" And I was talking with John Gillis. He's like, "Yeah, it is ours." So it could be one of the things we might just have to, like you said, double check and take a look and make sure. Could be something. Yeah, it's not our responsibility, but if it is, we're going to have to do something about it. So, but before we remove it, we'll double check it. Next item, Von Hoffman. I know Von Hoffman.
Weird.
Oh, you got it right there?
The whole thing, whole township.
Okay. Right. While you're looking at that, I'll continue. Von Hoffman, I know we were doing some maintenance to the tot lot there. We're waiting on panels now. Once we get the panels in, that playground will finally be open. It's been closed for a while. You probably saw it on Facebook. It's been closed a lot longer than I wanted it to be closed, the tot lot portion. But once we get the panels on there, that will almost be a whole new playground almost in there for all the work we've done. So I'm waiting to hear back from the manufacturer on the ship date for the panels. Once we get them in, we'll put them in.
Okay.
Another project we're doing, it was in a capital improvement for 2020. I know if you all remember, we put in to get the wastewater holding tanks, increased the size at the community park phase 1 bathrooms. Because in our larger events like Family Festival, bigger events like that, we've had to close the bathrooms because the pit can't keep up. The holding tanks can't keep up. So we're expanding that to a 2,500 gallon tank. I think it's only 500 in there now. So I think we're like tripling or yeah, it's not very big. So we have the tank. We purchased the tank. We're going to look to install it right after we shut the bathrooms down for the season. As long as the weather is good, we have to do some digging up there, and then they got to connect everything over there. It's the best time to do it in off season. So I anticipate getting that done. I think I was talking with Jason from Polo Works sometime in December. We're coordinating that with Toph and the engineer. We got to make sure it's put in right. We follow everything how it should go. But that should be a big improvement. Just in general, when the park's busy, when you got multiple events going on, I'm not saying we're going to keep the bathrooms open for Family Festival, but or events on the magnitude of that size, but we might give it a shot, with the pit, with the tanks being bigger to go around. So it was something.
That was the whole reason we weren't doing it before. So.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm excited about getting that done. So that was a good project. We wanted to do that for a few years. We finally got the approval on it. And so that's pretty much what I have as far as facility updates. I think you all have the monthly report. I can go through that quickly.
Okay.
Outdoor yoga finished up on the 28th. We're running out of daylight and weather. Remember, we had to switch it outdoors due to not having access to the senior center. I have been in touch with the senior center. They're not open yet, but I know the governor today there's some updates on indoor and outdoor gathering amounts. Numbers have gone up. Capacities have gone up. So once we get the okay over there from the senior center, we will take that program indoors. And a lot of people have been interested in it because the newsletter went out. And of course, it's over for outdoors, but we're going to pick up indoors hopefully soon. So it was good news that we're getting some indoor, some movement there as far as hopefully reopening some things up. We had 3 movie nights. We had our last movie night last Saturday at the park, Frozen 2. We had about 37 people. A lot better than the previous two. The previous two, we had about half of that. And then the first movie, we had about 10. So, I was kind of happy how it increased each week. Could have been the movie that we chose. Last week was Frozen 2. That was pretty popular. So, we were able to get those movies in. 2 of those movies were originally scheduled for the pool, but we switched them to the park for an opening. So that was fun. And then we have one more drive-in movie coming up on the 17th, Hocus Pocus. That's sold out. That's a big, that's our last drive-in. We are talking with the drive-in company, possibly doing a holiday movie drive-in, which will be interesting. I'm not sure. We haven't really talked dates or if we're going to do that as of yet, but that's in the works. We might do an additional drive-in movie around the holidays. We have some holiday themes with it around there in place. We got some bigger ideas for next year, but I'll bring you up to speed on that later. Some grandiose ideas.
No, that's fine. And that doesn't. What time do people start showing up for that?
That one, I got to get with Kyle who runs it because right now I think it gets dark, and I think we're anticipating a 6:30, 7 o'clock start. People will probably start coming 5:30ish. They line up on the path there, the walking path. We bring them down there, and then we start bringing them in the park.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's we're sold out. I think the sellout is close to 200 cars. So I know we sold out, and Snipes is taking the overflow. They're doing the same movie at Snipes the same night. They have room for about 90 cars. So we're Snipes is the overflow from our movie. So
So it's already sold out.
They're getting around. That one's sold out. I have a proposal in from the drive-in company too. It was an idea he had about doing a drive-in tailgate watch party for a Sunday night Eagles game, which is November 1st. The board is looking at that right now. It'll be a drive-in. The idea would be we might have live music beforehand and then the game.
That'd be fun.
We'll see how it goes.
There's no alcohol allowed.
Right, correct. Yeah, that's always a challenge with these things. I know Middletown did the concerts with the drive-in up there, and it's you can't police that 100%. So that's what we're looking at, but it hasn't been approved yet by the board. I was asking for some direction today. I didn't get any. So no final decision's been made on that yet. So I'll keep everybody updated on that once I hear. Summer concerts, we finished up in early September. We had a very successful season considering the circumstances. There was only one concert we couldn't hold. And I tried to reschedule them in September. They just weren't available. So, in the midst of everything that went on this summer, this year so far, getting all the concerts in, with the weather cooperating too, I think was a good boon for us. That was
it was very successful in spite of everything.
I was happy we could pull them off. That was good. Community park regulations. We're working on amending some of the ordinances. Specifically, I think we talked about with the swimming in the lake, the no wading, stuff related to inflatable boats. We've had a lot of questions, over the last several years about this. Obviously, the no swimming in the lake is an ordinance, but no wading was not a part of an official ordinance. It's going to be added because what happened is when you had the incident this summer and, all summer long, people were swimming in the lake, and then we put up signage and everything. And once we put that up, then the fishermen were using the loophole that they could wade in there, but we don't want them in there either. So that's going to be updated and changed. I met with our solicitor, the township manager. These things are going to be presented at a meeting and updated. Another big questions we've gotten over the years is inflatable boats as far as air chambers, minimum air chambers. Talking with Fish and Boat, a lot of these ordinances are antiquated. We were going by a lot of what they were doing, especially when it comes to single chamber paddle boards. A lot of these inflatables now are made so well. The quality is so high as compared to when they first came out. Some of them are actually safer than the hard boards, like the hard paddle boards, the hard kayaks, or they're comparable in safety. So what we're going to look to do, and Fish and Boat changed this in 2016, they do allow single chamber paddleboard inflatables, as long as they have a capacity load written on them, one person maximum or so much weight. So that's going to be changed. And then we're going to be changing, I said the no wading in the lake, that, and I think that's pretty much it. And then whatever's not, in place, we're going by whatever Pennsylvania PA Fish and Boat regulations. We're going to put that standard in there because what's happened is our staff, people come with all these different types of, watercraft. The thing basically what I talked to Mike Blair from Fish and Boat, he's a representative. We want to just make sure we're not allowing glorified pool toys in on that lake, and people will try to take them in there. And yes. They're the things we're mainly looking for from a layman's the point of view. So these ordinances, amendments and update is trying to get that in line a little more. So there's some more consistency for what we do as compared to what they do in the other fish and boat lakes, in Pennsylvania. So that's coming soon. Fall photo contest. I'm working with John, who does our IT. He's got to get that up online. It's going to be the same as in past years. I'm hoping to get that up online this week. I'll probably put an announcement on Facebook. We'll do the fall photo contest, same categories. We'll judge them at our December meeting, tentatively right now. Once we get it up this week, people can send their entries in through November 30th. That's been a very popular program since this will be the 6th year doing it. So I've already gotten a few phone calls about it. So we just got to get our butts moving and get it up online. So that I hope to get that up in the next day or two. We did announce we're going to do the Scarecrow contest. I'm sure you saw that on Facebook.
And the house decoration.
And yeah, I figured we would do that. Because we're trying to think what we could do for Halloween here. I know we did the Halloween house decorating 1 year. I think when Quinn was on the board, we did it the 1 year. We haven't done it, but I think this year with you trying to add some things and people being creative, I was like, hey, get your house out there. I got one entry so far. I'm sure we'll get more. If you know of anybody that's decorating send them my way. Give me the address, the name, whatever. Can nominate your own too.
There's one up on Winding Way that sets stuff up. He's got a witch twirling around on top of it and everything.
I mean, I'm we want to see all of them. I know one of the board members submitted somebody that they know from their neighborhood. I was like, yeah, the more the merrier. As long as they're within Falls Township, we'll take a look. Then we'll judge it like we do the house contest. I'll let you all know. You can drive around at your leisure and say, hey, this was the first, second, and third. We'll see how many we get, and we'll make that decision. But that's entries. I started taking entries yesterday up through the 23rd, I think. I think I put the deadline on. I'll take them a little longer so that next week that'll give everybody time to take a look during that week, whatever works for you.
The
October what?
recommendations still have to come.
What's that?
You have to know the person. You can't just say, "Oh, that house looks nice," right? You have to get You have to get.
Yeah, I mean, you want to go take a look at it. Is that what you're saying?
From somebody that knows them, because you need the contact info.
Yeah. Preferably, that's preferably, yeah. I mean, I could find that info by going through records, but it's easier that way.
Okay.
For sure. So,
And the nominations will be taken from now until when?
October 23rd, just a Friday, which gives us the week of the 26th to pick for y'all to take a look. I'll give everybody a list as we get closer. And you can do it at your own leisure, take a ride around, whatever works the best. We could do that. Trying to think. I didn't do the children's kickball program this year. It just, the dates kind of get away from me, and I was kind of figuring out how I could do it without the kids being on top of each other, because the way we usually run it is they run in each other like crazy, and wasn't sure if that was the right time to do it this year. So, and it was kind of late in the game anyway. We'll pick that up next year, hopefully, like a lot of other things. We'll get back to that. I also have a proposal from a group called Skate the Foundry. They run youth skateboard instruction programs. They've done some programs over in Middletown at their skate park. They did them over the summer. They proposed doing some after school and weekend programs. I think it'd be a great thing because we have a lot of kids that like to use scooters on our skate park, and there's always arguments over this. I got a lot of calls. Why aren't scooters allowed? And there's reasons for it. And I think we've talked about it. And I think it'd be a great opportunity for those, especially for those kids that want to, can maybe try skateboarding and learn it to get on there, and then maybe learn to get into that. Basically, it's a 6-week program. Once a week, there's 1 day a week for after school, that option, 1 day for the weekend option. The rates are pretty reasonable. It's on your paperwork. I won't go over them. We will get a 25% cut out of any money they make per registration. That's kind of the deal they had in Middletown also. And they do small classes, like 6-7 kids, because you can't have too many and do a class. The good thing is they can run these classes and the skate park can still stay open for the general public. The weekend session would actually be start earlier and be done before we open the park to the public anyway. The after school one they would have to share. That was my big thing when I talked to them. We got to keep that open for everyone, and we're going to be able to do that. I'm waiting on the board to give me an approval on that. I should hear about that any day because I want to get them rolling here soon. They want to do it in the fall and even into the winter. Weather permitting. So I think I'm going to shoot for the fall, and if they do well, and it depends on the weather, they can continue. So I think it'd be a great thing for the park. They had gotten a lot of feedback over in Middletown. I think some, skaters skate over there. They skate over at our park, and they say, "Oh, we'd love to have that in Falls too." So they reached out to me, and I'm going to try my best to get that locked up and going, shortly. Halloween party. Right now, we aren't allowed in the senior center. So I've been kind of going over ideas in my head of what we could do. But what I did do is we have the pavilion over by the lakeside at the community park available. I was thinking about maybe doing something outside, like a costume parade, maybe make up pre-made bags of candy and maybe a craft that they can take home. Obviously, we can't do the balloon guy and have them sit down and like we normally do. What's everybody's thoughts on doing something like that? I want to try.
That actually takes it back to what it was when we started.
Yeah. And I do have one option I'm waiting to hear back on. We had a lot of entertainment groups that we had to cancel from our bigger events like summer camp, family festival and such. And I'm kind of pushing them off a little bit. We had one guy is called Jungle Joe. He brings animals. He does like a little animal show. So I'm trying to see if he's available, because that's something we can maybe pull off too in addition. Because my biggest thing is we do a costume parade in the craft. How long they're going to be there? Maybe if I can add like that little show, that would be, that's cool. We can do that too. Might not be as long as the events we've run in the past at the senior center, with the balloon guy is a big attraction there, but not right now, unfortunately. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's on the 24th from 1 to 3 is my time frame on that. We have the pavilion in that grass area there. So we have plenty of room for kids to spread out to do the parade and the animal show if we can pull it off. He could even do that under the pavilion. They could stand outside. I think we could pull something like that off. What's everybody think about that? Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds like
just everything else is weather dependent, but that's fine.
It is. And Bristol's doing something very similar. They put theirs
Same
up.
day?
What's that?
Same day?
Yeah, theirs is at 11.
It doesn't matter. But
or it should be fine. I'm not really worried about that. But I just wanted to kind of get your feedback, trying to figure, let you know what I was thinking there, because I was like, I'm tired of canceling things. To be quite honest with you, I'm trying to do things where we can get some stuff done in this time, because the kids need stuff to do.
What kind of craft?
Yeah, it's.
You thinking a small pumpkin or?
What's that?
You thinking a small pumpkin?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're going to do for a craft. There's a lot of options we can do. Some they can take home and maybe do it as a family or something. You could do it. The one year I know we did we gave them all pumpkins that one year. I think the little ones. That could be something we could do. I buy a bunch of small pumpkins from the garden center. That's where I got them.
Then they can be decorated.
You can go home and decorate them. Then what we could do maybe is go home and decorate them. Then they could post them on Facebook and we could pick a winner. What do you think about that? They have a week, it's the week before Halloween. That could be something we could do.
Are you suggesting that they don't decorate them there, that they take them home and decorate them at home?
Yeah, because we don't want them all sitting there. They would take them home and say, hey, we want you to take them home, create your greatest creation, and we'll pick some winners from it. Yeah, kind of like we did around Easter time. We did the house decorate, where the kids put stuff in the windows and stuff. That was kind of fun. I think that would be good. I'll give them something to work towards when they come on that Saturday. Here, take this home. You can go home and create it as a family and send your best pictures in, and we might have some more judging to do, but that'll be fun. I think that'd be cool.
Okay.
And
that would be neat.
We can limit this to to 50 kids, maybe something like that. We don't have to go crazy. First 50 kids sign up. That's what it's going to be. So we're not too many, and
how many come underneath the pavilion? Well, that's people, not just kids.
Yeah. I don't really know. I mean, there's about 8 tables under there. You could probably get about 40 to 50 under there, but I'd rather have them out in the grass, obviously do the parade and all the activities.
Yeah.
We can set the,
I'm just thinking about weather. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, we could,
if it rains, you'll cancel it.
Probably. Yeah. I think it's going to be, it's got to be weather contingent. I don't want to do a rain date. The rain date would probably be the next Saturday. We could do that on Halloween day. But kids might be doing a lot of stuff on that day. So try to stay away from that. It'll just be a one-shot deal. If it rains, then, I'll be stuck with some pumpkins, but I can figure something out. We could do a drop off at the park. They could come get them another day. I could work that out. That would be fine. So, and the costume party, unfortunately, but but we'll hold in there. We'll pray for no rain on that, so we'll be good. So that's what I'll keep everybody updated if I hear from the Jungle Joe guy.
Oddly enough,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you think you can get them, that's great. I'm just looking as it happens that whole week. The only day that they're actually predicting rain this far in advance is Saturday the 24th.
That's way. I watch weather all summer, and that there's no way you can
There's
look.
no way that it's not going to be that day. I think we're in a generally dry period. It'll continue this way.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stay positive on that, Ralph. If it rains, I'm coming back to you. But it's all good. We'll just do it like that. I'll keep everybody updated on that. So if anybody's available that day to come out, it'd be great. It'd be great. Just wear your mask. Everybody's got to wear their mask. Even the kids are gonna have to wear them with their costumes. So, it's not going to be a long-term thing where they're being there for several hours. I think they'll be fine. Also, one more thing we did, I don't know if you saw it on Facebook, we did make a donation for the Touch a Truck program, even though we didn't run the program this year. Several of our donors were generous enough to keep their money in and still donate to the funds, to the causes, the Barkan Foundation and the Center for Autism. So we presented a check last week to the Barkan Foundation for $6,000 and to Center for Autism for $2,000. So that was a great thing. We're working on thank you letters right now to send to those generous sponsors, and every other sponsor that didn't want us to hold use their money for the donation, they rolled their money over to 2021. So nobody asked for their money back. So we have, going forward for next year, we got a nice head start on that event. So, real excited, really happy with the sponsors. Nobody asked for their money back. So, I think we got a leg up for next year for that event, which will be in April again. Last Saturday in April, we're going to stick to that. We've had some pretty good luck with that date. So, we're going to stay there. And then, I think the Barkan Foundation will probably be one of the, we might pick another charity too. I'm not sure. We're happy we could still do that, even with not holding the event. So, and that's going to help a lot of families. A lot of families are, especially with the Barkan Foundation right now, a lot of families in need. That's what they do. They help people that have come on hard times, and especially this year, that's really going to go. And they lost a lot of funding this year. So us being able to jump in and help out is really appreciated by them. So it's good we could do that. So that's pretty much what I have on everything, on the reports. No memorial benches this time around either.
Yeah. So and we don't have it. So we don't have any other real business then.
No, just kind of basically bringing everybody up to speed on everything.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So I imagine, with the Zoom meetings, we'll continue doing them until I hear otherwise. I know the governor announced new guidelines today for indoor gatherings, so that might change. We're not sure. So as of right now, we'll continue to do this until we're told we can meet in person.
Yeah, I don't really see it changing until next year sometime.
Probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, just going by guidance. So, that's where we're at. All right. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Good seeing everybody. Board members have a comment while Brian takes a breath and we can get in there and talk? No?
I'm good.
Go for it. I only had one cup of coffee today, too. I'm jacked up on coffee.
Well, in meetings like this, and basically we're just here to listen to the updates. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, and we're like I said, I'm working on ideas for 2021. Capital projects, which I'll bring everybody up to speed as we get a little closer to the end of the year. Just trying to get some numbers on things. And 3 Arches is one place. We need a new roof on that house badly. a lot of the shingles have come loose up there in these storms, and getting quotes on that now, quotes on repairs and replacement. So yeah, that might be something that might happen sooner than later too.
Well, that roof is 20 years old.
More than that. The last record I have is 1996.
Okay.
Yeah, it's due. It's long past due, frankly. And those storms we got over the summer did not do us any favors. As a matter of fact, the one roofer I met with said we might be eligible for insurance claim on it because they classified the one storm, I think in July, as catastrophic in Farrell's Hills area.
Yeah.
So he's the only roofer I'm meeting with another roofer tomorrow. I met with him, and they're saying that might be something we might be able to use.
The storm in July, I got some stuff from my house. The insurance paid out a claim for new siding and a new roof for me.
Yeah. And that was the only roofer that told me that. I was like, I wasn't even aware of that. So I have to go over that with our insurance company and see if we can get some help on that.
Absolutely.
That would be nice.
The new roof on that house is not cheap.
Yeah.
I got one quote so far.
Yeah.
So it's not cheap.
Between 40 and 50.
It was 39 and some change. That was the one quote. So, which I thought 40 was probably around where and it's got to be cedar shingle, and this has got to go through the hardboard anyway. So there's a process with this, and
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and it might have to go out to bid on it, an official RFP. But I'm working with one company, just similar to PA Co-Stars. They do a lot of construction and maintenance work. They're on what they call Keystone Purchase Network, where you don't have to technically go out to bid. But let's see what they come in at. And that'll be something, that's going to be getting done sooner than later. Mm-hmm. Always need attention there. But other than that, we're good.
Joys of old house ownership, yep.
What's that?
Joys of old house ownership.
Yes. The pratfalls. So that's all I have.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. It's good seeing everybody. I'll stay in touch and go from there.
All right. Have a good month, everybody.
All right.
All right. So voting on a journey? No?
I'll first it or second it or move it or whatever you want to.
Okay. All right. All in favor? Aye.
Bye.
See you, everybody.
Hold on, Brian.
Bye.
Say, Brian.